Exclusions are not covered. They are situations the policy says it will not pay for. A homeowner discovers flood damage is excluded under a standard policy. The no section is vital. Trouble starts when a claim can be denied because the cause of damage is excluded, not because the damage is imaginary. Flood is often separate. Many home policies exclude external flooding. In practice, rising water from heavy rain may need separate flood coverage. The damage often comes when a claim can be denied because the cause of damage is excluded, not because the damage is imaginary. The policy wording decides what happens after the loss, not the customer's expectation. Earth movement may be excluded matters because earthquakes, landslides, or sinkholes may require special cover. Local hazards need review. For a real choice, read water, flood, wear and tear, maintenance, vacancy, and high-value item exclusions before relying on the policy. The policy wording decides what happens after the loss, not the customer's expectation. Wear and tear is not insurance. Normal aging, rust, rot, and deterioration are maintenance issues. A real example is when an old roof leaking from age is different from storm damage. Insurance covers sudden loss, not upkeep. The weak spot appears when a claim can be denied because the cause of damage is excluded, not because the damage is imaginary. The important distinction is gradual leaks cause disputes. Slow water damage can be denied if it happened over time. Inspect and repair early. The mistake grows when a claim can be denied because the cause of damage is excluded, not because the damage is imaginary. Home insurance exclusions are the situations the policy says it will not pay for, even if the damage is real. Intentional damage is excluded. Insurance does not cover harm caused deliberately by the policyholder. Example: breaking your own property cannot create a valid claim. Moral hazard is blocked. The policy wording decides what happens after the loss, not the customer's expectation. Business use can create gaps. Running a business from home may need extra coverage. Tell the insurer how the home is used. You can spot it when client equipment or inventory may not be fully protected. Vacant homes can trigger stricter policy rules because empty property can suffer damage without anyone noticing quickly. If a pipe bursts in a vacant house and water sits for days, the insurer may question whether the vacancy condition was followed. Some policies require notice after a certain number of empty days. Before leaving a home vacant for a long period, the owner should check the vacancy clause, winterization rules, security requirements, and reporting duties. High-value items have limits is often the first practical obstacle. Jewelry, art, or collectibles may need scheduling. Common case: a stolen ring may exceed the standard contents limit. Special items need special listing. The simplest check is the exclusion page and any separate coverage needed, because it replaces guessing with something observable. Pest damage is usually excluded. Termites, rodents, and insects are often maintenance problems. Daily version: a damaged wooden beam from termites may not be insured. The risk becomes real when a claim can be denied because the cause of damage is excluded, not because the damage is imaginary. The real-world clue is a damaged wooden beam from termites may not be insured. It shows why home insurance exclusions name losses the policy will not cover. The everyday problem is code upgrades may be limited. Repairing to modern building codes can cost extra. In practice, after damage, new regulations require more expensive work. Ordinance coverage may be needed. The policy wording decides what happens after the loss, not the customer's expectation. Negligence can hurt claims. Failure to protect property after damage may reduce payment. Concrete case: not covering a broken window before rain causes more loss. Reasonable care is required. The cost shows up when a claim can be denied because the cause of damage is excluded, not because the damage is imaginary. When flood damage changes, people often adjust around it before they fully understand why they feel pressure. Exclusions vary by policy. Two home policies can treat the same loss differently. Notice this. One policy includes sewer backup while another excludes it. Read your own wording. Ignoring this can hurt because a claim can be denied because the cause of damage is excluded, not because the damage is imaginary. An early response works better when it is aimed at gradual leaks rather than a vague feeling that something is wrong. Endorsements can restore or expand coverage that the standard policy does not fully provide. A homeowner might add sewer backup coverage, flood coverage, earthquake coverage, or a jewelry rider, depending on the property and the risk. This matters because a claim can be denied even when the damage is real if the cause of damage is excluded. Termite damage is a simple example. The repair may be expensive, but many standard home policies treat pest damage as a maintenance issue rather than a sudden covered event. Claims need cause proof. The insurer must know what caused the damage. Daily version. Storm-created opening versus long-term seepage can change everything. Here, water damage denied because the leak was gradual shows why excluded causes, maintenance duties, flood, wear and tear, and policy wording matter more than a loose theory. The homeowner needs to read exclusions before a claim because the denial often turns on the cause, not the size of the loss. The issue begins with cheap policies may exclude more. Lower premium can come from narrower protection. Think of a bargain policy can disappoint during a serious loss. Compare exclusions, not only price. Exclusions are frustrating because the damage can be real while the claim is still outside the contract. Case. Finding out after damage is too late. Prepare before the claim. Water damage denied because the leak was gradual. The hidden cause stops looking like a random event. The practical protection is knowing which risks need separate coverage or prevention instead of assuming one policy covers everything. A claim adjuster looks for the cause, not only the damage. That is why sudden water damage and long-term seepage may be treated differently. Home insurance exclusions mark the losses the policy does not intend to pay for. The damage may be real and still not covered. A homeowner should read exclusions before a claim, especially for water, wear and tear, neglect, business use, valuables, and regional risks. The everyday version is the most dangerous assumption is thinking every home problem is insured. It shows why home insurance exclusions name losses the policy will not cover. A homeowner may see real damage and still have no claim if the policy excludes the cause of that damage. Home insurance exclusions define the losses the policy will not pay for, even when the damage is real. Flood, pests, neglect, wear and tear, gradual leakage, and certain business uses are common areas where homeowners can be surprised. Exclusions are the part of home insurance that many owners ignore until a claim is denied. Exclusions are the lines where home insurance stops. The policy does not ask only what broke. It asks why it broke, when it started, and whether that cause was covered. A policy can cover fire and sudden water damage while excluding floods, wear and tear, neglect, pests, or gradual leakage. The safest time to understand that difference is before the damage happens. Understanding them before damage happens is the difference between expecting help and discovering that floods, pests, neglect, gradual leaks, or wear and tear were never covered. The cause matters as much as the visible result. The cause of the damage matters as much as the visible repair bill.